What's up, everyone? I'm Nick Raboy, aka Poké Trainer Nick, and in this video, we're going to take a look at my first year of developing content for the Poké Trainer Nick channel. If you came here looking for Pokemon content or video game content or similar, you might be a little disappointed because the focus of this video will be around the first year metrics for the Poké Trainer Nick channel. So that includes the YouTube channel, the blog, etc. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, because maybe you're a content creator yourself, stay tuned for what comes next in this video. Now, before we get too invested in this video, I want to put out a reminder for you to hit that like button and then subscribe to the YouTube channel. Now, I want to put out some reminders going into this video when it comes to myself, some of my background. So the Poké Trainer Nick YouTube channel, the blog, etc., it's not my first time getting into these kind of content delivery networks. So I actually am in tech. I have my own tech blog. I have had it for the past 10 or so years. It's the Polyglot Developer. It's a blog. It's a YouTube channel. It's more than that. So going into the Poké Trainer Nick channel, it's not my first attempt. I had some kind of strategy going into it, and like I mentioned on LinkedIn, if you were lucky enough to catch that LinkedIn post, and I'll put it up on the screen right now. So in this post, I actually put it out there saying that I wanted to try something new. I wanted to start a new channel to see how quick I could grow it. Now, on top of that, Pokemon is something that me and my family, we do like. So I got into Pokemon when it first started in the 90s. So did my wife. My kids both really enjoy Pokemon themselves. So this is a family kind of activity. So outside of the blog, outside of the content networks, Pokemon is a priority in our household. So this is something that we really enjoy. So I put out this LinkedIn post. I'm wearing this nice Pokemon suit. I still own it, and I plan to wear it at pretty much all major events. But this is where it started. This started about a year ago. Now, from that year, from when I started with nothing when it comes to this particular channel. From that, I grew a YouTube channel. I grew several social media accounts. I grew a blog. All of this is what I'm going to be sharing in this particular video to give you some ideas. So before we get into the metrics, I wanted to take a look at the website that I've established for this particular brand or community, depending on how you want to look at it. So this is PokéTrainerNick.com. It is kind of where I put all of the content that I deliver. So that includes videos, that includes blog posts. I do have a store there, sponsorship pages, etc. So it's a basic website. It's nothing too fancy. I'll go to the video section. The video section is pretty much it automatically consumes the videos that I put up on YouTube. So every time I put out a video, it shows up on this website the next day, and you can look through all of the many videos that I put out. I do have a store on here. It's not hooked up to anything fancy. Basically, if you're interested in something on the website that you like, you can just send me an email and I'll ship it to you, kind of thing. So no kind of e-commerce stores associated here. If I look at the blog, I do have a few blog posts up here. So for example, here is a tutorial that I put out for catching an Alpha Alakazam in Pokemon Legends Arceus. So this is the type of content that you would expect on the blog. It also has some tips and tricks for buying Pokemon cards, things like that. And then likewise, a sponsorship section. With that in mind, let's go ahead and jump into the YouTube channel. And what I mean by that is we're going to look at some of the metrics. So the YouTube channel is kind of the heart and soul when it comes to the Poké Trainer Nick network of channels. It is the first thing that I did even before creating a website. So if I click on the YouTube tab, and I'm hoping that I've zoomed in enough, this is the YouTube Studio channel analytics for particular the 1 year period. So I started it roughly around February, March timeframe, and now we're back in the February, March timeframe for the next calendar year. So roughly a full year. I don't know the exact date that I started, but that's all right. We're close enough. So if I look at the channel, I started it with nothing. In that 1 year period, I've got roughly 13,000 views on my YouTube videos. Now I do have a lot of videos out there. I don't know if I can get that exact count. I'll look in just a minute. but I got roughly 13,000 views, which in my opinion is pretty good. We got 325 hours of watch time. That's a lot of watch time. And then we got 116 subscribers in that time frame. But honestly, what's really appealing to me as a content deliverer or content creator, however you want to look at it, is the graph below. So it's small. We've got a few kind of peaks whenever I release new content that particularly went a little bit viral. But what we're really looking at is that the graph is increasing over time. So it started with hardly anything, but it's gradual. So if I were to get like a ruler and a pencil, I would have an incline. It's a small incline, but it's still an incline, and that's a good metric to have. Now, I know plenty of other content creators, they're going to experience growth a lot faster than me. That's fine, more power to them. But I am still experiencing growth in the YouTube channel. Now, if I look at the content, I look at the videos that I've released, I don't know if it'll tell me a countdown here. It looks like 133 videos, which is quite a bit. A lot of them are YouTube shorts, but really what we're interested in is the analytics. And I mentioned YouTube shorts, so if I click on reach, it should tell us a lot of the traffic came from the shorts feed. So these are 60-second videos that I put up of just me opening packs of Pokemon cards. All right, so those were the YouTube metrics. There wasn't a whole lot to them. Now what I want to look at is the metrics for the actual Poké Trainer Nic site, blog, store, etc. And I have that in Google Analytics. So here's another report that I generated for the website. This is for the website particular, not the YouTube channel. So in this particular graph, again, what we're looking at is we're looking at constant growth. So the numbers are increasing. This is again from the same time period. And it looks like I've had what looks to be 4,309 views of this website, no particular page, just visitors on the website. Which again is pretty good. And the website, again, I need to put this out there. I didn't create the website at first. This came later. I don't think I actually had a website beyond just a bunch of social media links until like the later half of that first year. So it wasn't there from the beginning. I wasn't taking it. Look, I think right here is accurate. So July. So if I started doing everything in February or March, there's quite a few months before I actually did anything real with the website. So that's pretty good growth in my opinion. If I look at the performance right here in this tab, this isn't the Google Analytics. This isn't actual page views and users. This is actual search information. So how it appeared in a Google search. Now, again, looking at the graph, which to me is the most important thing here, is I've got a steady increase. Now, this isn't actual visitors to the website or the YouTube channel. This is how it appears in a Google search. So total impressions, how many times it actually showed up in a search result versus how many clicks I got from the Google search. So how many people actually clicked on a link to my website after having searched for something related to Pokemon, video games, etc. So again, it increased. So again, really good. So as far as metrics go, we looked at the YouTube analytics, we looked at the Google analytics for the website, and then we looked at the Google search analytics for the website. Now, there's other things that I wanted to put out there when it comes to this video. So I did do a lot of social media promotion on the Instagram page, the Facebook page, TikTok, things like that. Unfortunately, I don't know enough on how to navigate those analytics and make sense of them. So I tried it. I couldn't figure out how to get like a 1 year at a glance. I couldn't figure out how to get any nice graphs. I think it's just those networks, they don't provide you enough detail. Unfortunately, I won't be showing metrics for that. If you're watching this video and you are a pro when it comes to social media and you feel like you can share with me how to properly get that metric information, please, I would love to see it. In regards to other stuff, so for the store, I mentioned that we do have the store. I haven't sold anything. I haven't made any money off of the Poké Trainer Nic set of channels, so nothing off of YouTube, because to get ad money off of YouTube, you need 1,000 subscribers. You needed a certain amount of views, something I don't have. I haven't sold anything from the store because people don't really know about the website in general. So all of it has been complete spend on my part. And I did want to share that as well. So even though that I've been not making any money, I have been spending money to make this possible. And I haven't been keeping track of exact numbers. And I did want to put it out there so that way you have an idea of well, what kind of financial kind of numbers went into this whole project. Well, if I had to guess, it's probably around $3,000. It's a lot on Pokemon products, things like that, cards, games, etc. I think a bulk of that money went towards things like the Pokemon skateboards. So if I look at the camera behind me, I have some skateboards there. I have other skateboards around the room. They were not cheap. I think that's where most of the money went. I'm treating them as kind of an art piece. I don't have any real nice art around the house, and that's kind of making up for it. So that's how I'm justifying it. It looks pretty cool. So there was a certain spend when it comes to the Poké Trainer Nic channels. So it wasn't free. On top of that, I did have certain hosting costs, certain hardware costs associated to this particular channel. So the PokéTrainerNic.com domain name cost me about $12 per year. So I've spent about $12 on it since it's only been around for a year. In terms of hardware, like the microphones, the cameras, the lights, etc., these are all tools that I had because of the Polyglot developer and similar. So I did not have to purchase them for the Poké Trainer Nic channel. If you're just now getting started, I do have another video, which is a behind the scenes video of some of the hardware that I'm using. But like I said, I am lucky enough to not have had to purchase any of that because I already had it. And you don't have to get all this fancy stuff. Like I said in those other videos, you can get by with just a cell phone and be all right. Other than that, I'm looking at my list, and that's kind of really what I wanted to relay. So I did want to share everything that happened when it comes to the Poké Trainer Nic channels. Like I promised last year on LinkedIn, I wanted to share my successes, and I do find them to be successes. I don't think this was a failure. I had a ton of fun doing it. My family had a ton of fun doing it. Maria, Erica, Nathan, we all very much enjoy Pokemon and video games and things like that. So this was great as a family experience. And like I said, the important values when it comes to the growth as a content creator, to me at least, and everyone's different, I'm looking at those graphs and I'm seeing that they are going in a positive direction. If they were like going up and then they were just constantly going on a downward slope, I might have other opinions. Then the channel might be failing. I might be doing something wrong. But they are not going down. They are going up, even if it is slow. And I'm all right with that. So if you found this video to be valuable, if you're a aspiring content creator, if you're into the same stuff that I'm into, if you're a marketer or things like that, if you enjoyed it, if you found it valuable, hit that thumbs up button, that like button, whatever you want to call it. Subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the blog, the social media network, the social media channels. Do all of that great stuff for me. I greatly appreciate all of that. It doesn't cost you anything. It just takes a second of your time, but it does help me tremendously. Until next time, I hope everyone has a great rest of their day.